Welcome back, everyone, to another magnificent episode of Neon
Neon
Popsicle.
Popsicle.
Just making sure I actually started the stream. Did I start it?
You
Are
did.
we
We're
live? We are
live.
live, baby. Episode 159 of Neon
We've
Popsicle.
done it, baby. We're almost to the 160. We're almost there. We just got to keep pushing.
I'm glad we got you back here before episode 160 because I was afraid that when
Oh
the
my gosh.
neighborhood
I was hoping you wouldn't bring it up. Why did you even bring it up? I was trying to skate right past it. Just skate past it. And here you had to bring it up.
I was afraid that the neighborhood gays. I thought that's what I had heard over the phone, that you had been taken.
I didn't get taken by the gays. Was my signal breaking up? Was my signal breaking up?
Yeah, you sounded like this. It sounded like, help me, get by the gays.
Oh,
That's what I
stop
heard
it.
on my side.
Stop it.
I got T-Mobile.
I think I
don't know.
said something about like I was going away. Going away. I was going away. I wasn't taken by the
okay.
gays. I was taken
Where were you going?
at bay. I just it was work. I had to stay at the hotel.
I get it. Some things,
Definitely had nothing to do with the gays.
Some things can't be disclosed. Wink, wink.
No, not this. Definitely. This all about undisclosing though. So
Careful, Steven.
yeah.
No secrets on this show. We're here to discover the truth. So anything done in the darkness will come to light.
Taken by the Greys. That's what I actually said.
The
I was saying I was
aliens?
taking. That's what I actually meant.
And perhaps
I know what you heard. The Greys.
Perhaps
I
you
was
couldn't
taken
remember
by
you
the
were
Greys.
taken by them because they wiped your memory. Because I was thinking,
definitely
how could you
remember-
not have remembered being taken by Greys?
It was definitely the Greys. I remember now. It was the Greys, not the gays.
All right, well that's good.
Mhm.
Did they do anything to you? Well,
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
there's nothing wrong with being gray. I have a couple gray friends.
Yeah, I do too. Great. They're great guys.
Gray love is real love.
They deserve I agree.
A lot of people on Earth don't believe in gray on gray marriage, but I think it's a beautiful thing.
I think it's just hard for most people to visualize, a lot of traditional families to visualize.
I mean, I'm not a gray. You're not a gray.
You just don't want the children exposed to it, too early,
That's messed up, Steven, okay? All right, welcome back to a show where we like to open the mind, free the spirit, and understand that we as humans truly know nothing. I'm your host, JP, and this is my co-host with me, as always, Steve P.
I'm back, baby.
You got Stephen P in the chat. Anywhere that Stephen P shows up, the party is sure to follow. Steven used to be a DJ. He used to do DJ.
I did.
A real party man's party man, a real man's man of party man. I'd be out on the. There he is. That's his DJ dance. You know all the DJs you see on stage? They don't really dance too much. You just see them twist a couple knobs. They'll do a little point to the crowd sometimes. What do they? Yeah, the double hand in the air. We all know that DJ move. You see, he knows them all. That's how you know I'm not lying. He has the credentials. Right.
Did you guys see that? Did you guys see that? I was so zoned, dude. It's like I blacked out. It's like I didn't even know where I was.
Who else could have done that beside a real DJ? There's no
Steve
cap.
Aoki, like some of the best, only the best. I learned from the best.
Yeah, I'd be one of the people in the crowd. We will go listen to the show. People be like, "Hey, great show, huh?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, I know the DJ."
and I point right at you. Remember that? I'd go. Remember that?
I do. I remember that. Oh man, those were different days. Different
Those were
days
the days.
of the
Those
neon
were the
popsicle.
days.
Um,
Those were the days.
those are the days before I ran across the neon popsicle and I started this podcast. And was really exposed to the truth. And ever since then,
Wow.
my party lifestyle has, it's kind of dulled down a little bit. I've been more
Mm.
concentrated on meditating, astral projecting, and
Mm.
uh, really practicing gratitude. I find that
Nice.
to be
Nice.
more
Nice.
valuable than, you know, going to a party.
Sounds
But
boring. Just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm
parties sound
kidding.
dope. Parties sound cool.
I'm kidding.
Please invite me to your parties.
No, they're fun.
I'll show up.
I completely understand.
It's
I'm in the
probably
exact same spot.
my defensive ego just saying that because I was never invited to parties, bro. So it's just like, who needs a party?
Who needs a party?
Not me.
Who needs a party?
I just need my Game Boy Color and my copy of Pokemon Silver.
Parties are good every once in a while. You know, parties are cool, but it's I have to be with people I know. I can't just walk into a party, and I don't really, you know.
You picture
I mean, plus, you know,
party.
at the same time, once you kind of have, I kind of like being home nowadays. I kind of like it.
Yeah.
I got no guilt. You know, I like it. I like hanging out. I like doing this. I like going out with my family. My family's great.
Wow, real Papa
Yeah.
Bear mentality.
Come on, let's go.
Let's
Let's
stay
go.
in. Anyway, people, what have you guys been up to? Put a 1 in the chat if you guys are also homebodies now. Is it COVID's fault? I don't know.
Is it COVID's fault?
Are they spraying
I
stuff?
blame it.
I see people out in Old Town all the time, but
Yeah, it's fun out there. It's fun out there.
the young kids, the young bodies. Uh,
Talk about the young folks, as Peter Bjork would say.
I guess people are still doing it. They're still going out. Just not me. Ever.
Mm.
I think I've tarnished all the
Sorry.
relationships that I've had with my aunties that
Tarnished, huh?
could have gotten me
With your
in-
aunties.
that could have gotten me into my aunties that could have got me into Disneyland.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay.
I feel regret for it, and I feel like auntie, if you're watching this, I know I I reached out a couple times like throughout my life asking if we can get into Disneyland for free. I know we've spoken a lot more before. I want to say what aunt? Do I say names? My auntie Ivy.
No. Oh, come on.
I don't reach out as much as I should.
Uh-huh.
I feel a little bit guilty for it, and part of that guilt might be what's holding me back from reaching out. And if you're watching, I don't only love you for your access to Disneyland. It's really cool, but I'm
Wow,
not just saying
I
this
hope
so
you
I can
feel-
get in next year either.
How long have you been thinking about this? Anyway.
Anytime I think
Sounds
of
like you've been thinking
Disneyland,
about this for a
anytime I watch a
while.
Disney film, it's
Hold on. I hope you don't hold on to this. I don't think anybody holds on to anything. To be quite frank.
Lisa.
We see you at family events, right? Christmases.
It's been a long time. Maybe that's why too. It's been a long time since I've been to a family event.
Oh, I see that too.
So,
I
you
see.
know,
That's right.
Sorry.
That's
I
right.
still love all of you.
We skipped the last years. Anyway, let's not have therapy session here.
All right.
I'm glad you're coming. I'm glad you're growing on the inside, and
That was a Neon Therapy session brought to you by JP. Thank you.
brought to you by our unofficial sponsor, BetterHelp.
Yes. No better
Sorry,
sponsorship
I
yet.
tried.
It was worth the shot,
was worth the shot. Okay, so what on earth is happening? Okay? Lots on earth is happening.
Well, we gotta get the rundown, the neon rundown.
We've got a couple things going on here that I think humanity should know about, okay? Now, the first one being the most important.
Yes.
All right. Now. Let's see here. Y'all ready for this?
I'm ready for it. Kobe. It wasn't Kobe. It was Michael Jordan.
Alrighty.
Was that Space Jam? Was that ever on Space Jam? Is that song ever on Space Jam, or am I just Mandela?
Yeah.
Like
No, for sure.
Y'all ready for this? Alright.
Oh, hell yeah.
One in the chat if you've ever seen
Song goes
Space
hard.
Jam. I know I've seen
The
Space
first one,
Jam
the most
so
important.
many times. I haven't even seen the second one. Miss me with that shit. What is this? Jordan Peterson. No, I've heard a lot about this guy. I used to watch him a
An
lot.
absolute genius.
You know, it's actually fundamentally incorrect to call me a genius. So you see, there are many things that I lack in quality that a typical genius could present to you in a much more proper fashion.
I don't know, guys. You rate my
You know,
Jordan Peterson.
Bucko. You know, Bucko. It's not fair. It's not fair that humanity has to deal with the stresses
Whoa!
of the king. The king puts us up to these quintessential divides between us all.
All right, guys.
It starts with the language. Controlling the language is controlling the mind.
Put a one in the chat if Steven's Jordan Peterson impression is on point. You know, I give it a shot. That was good.
Listen here, Bucko.
Bucko?
He's become quite the meme. This guy.
You need to slay the dragon. I always think that, dude. He said it once, and I'm like, God,
Clean
you're
your
so
room.
funny. That's it. Clean your fucking. Oh, he doesn't cuss like that. Excuse me.
He doesn't curse, does he?
You need to make your bed. Start out by doing that.
Kill your
Have you ever
dragon!
even tried that?
Oh my god.
How consistent are you with that?
So,
And boy, you'll see. Your life will transform before your eyes.
wow.
All right, you ready for this?
Yeah, I'm ready for that. Let's get Jordan Peterson on the show. You
Absolute
need to do that
genius.
for him. You need to do that voice for Jordan Peterson when we get him on.
I'll get a suit, and I'll comb my hair back, and I'll be him.
Yes.
Hello, everyone.
You ready for this?
I'm ready. Let's watch it.
Hello, everyone.
How are you doing?
How's the volume on the video, though?
Let's see. Play the video and I'll tell you.
Okay.
My personality has many feminine features. I am agreeable, compassionate / polite, and have rather high levels of negative emotion, leading me, for example, to cry too easily.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. Now let's listen to it.
Let's listen. Let's watch, guys.
Hello, everyone.
How are you doing?
My personality has many feminine features. I am agreeable, compassionate / polite, and have rather high levels of negative emotion, leading me, for example, to cry too easily. This did not at all mean that I was born in the wrong body, whatever that means, or that I was really a woman.
Are you happy?
I'm Jordan
We asked that
Peterson.
question with good intentions. Are you happy?
First, there have been many conflicting definitions of mental health put forward by philosophers, physicians, and psychologists over the years. Freud believed that love and work were the cornerstones of our humanness. Abraham Maslow spoke of the self-actualized person. Carl Jung believed that the human psyche was geared towards some idealized, heroic end.
He's so genius.
Here's mine. Mental health is the desire to work for the betterment of being.
Bro, hearing a guy like this, and I don't, not that I dislike Jordan Peterson, but people who talk up, like, they're such philosophers, you know? Anybody can be philosophical. It really does come down just to how fancy you say something.
This is such a
Oh,
hypnotic
wow.
video. Like, I almost
You're
can't.
right.
I almost can't even know what he's saying. It's so like mystical. I don't know. It's trippy.
Life is difficult. Uncertainty, suffering, and disappointment are everywhere. The healthy mind must avoid the twin dangers of resentment and arrogance.
True mental health is to be found in the pursuit of a life
Profound and satisfying enough to justify the inevitable suffering that's part and parcel of the human condition.
What's a better question for me to ask Jordan Peterson?
How are you doing?
How are you doing? How are you doing?
Jordan Peterson just took himself to rehab.
How are you doing?
I had this friend.
He's not doing good.
Yeah. Sorry.
That's
Sorry.
Very interested in the viability of nihilistic belief.
Shit.
You know, why bother?
This is like Jordan Peterson
Look at-
lore. My God.
This is Jordan Peterson cope, dude.
What is it? What
The
is,
ultimate,
like
the
him
ultimate Jordan
coping?
Peterson cope. Yeah, dude, pure cope.
Holy shit.
If
The
everything's
antidote
going
to
to
suffering, the
disappear in 100
metamorphosis
years,
of Jordan
you know,
Peterson.
who
It is.
cares?
It's
Life,
Jordan
you know,
Peterson
it's
lore.
meaningless. And I thought, are there any antidotes to meaninglessness? And rational antidotes are hard to come by because you can just say, well, who cares? If in 1,000 years we're all going to be
Oh.
dead, why get out of bed in the morning?
Question that cuts close to the bone.
Now, I thought about
Can we
music.
pause away from this for a second?
do a profound piece of music.
ADHD moment. Lobotomies.
Yes.
Have you seen? There's an image of a lobotomy before and after that I've seen on the. Let me send it to
Oh
you.
my gosh. Please, yeah,
Like,
I'll
of
put it
what a
up.
person looks like. It's actually here.
I'll put it up.
Let's see. Where's it at? Where's it at? All right. I'm gonna send it to the Discord through Neon Night Community. And maybe you can show us. You can share your screen.
Okay. Let me go back.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. Anyone who's watching, don't forget to like the stream. We're just getting this thing started, so any like helps. If there's one picture that makes me actually
Before operation, perplexed, unable to solve the simplest problem. Psychosurgery. This is a claim. Now, these are claimed effects of a lobotomy?
I haven't actually read
Or
the
this is
bottom.
actual.
This is
Okay, and then case 123, 10 days after operation, he was no longer troubled by his obsessions and seemed rather pleased with himself. What? He was like a completely different dude.
This fucking picture is probably the most likely image to make me want to get a lobotomy.
I swear they switched him, bro.
Like, bro, I'm gonna get a lot. I want to look like this guy on the right. This is like the biggest advertisement for lobotomy I've ever seen in my life.
That's exactly, dude. I swear they switched the photos.
Look at the
This one on the right was
cigar.
probably trouble. He was probably trouble. Some criminal. They lobotomized him, and he became this dude without emotion in his eyes on the left. There's no way you become a way
Hey.
cooler fucking guy and end up joining the mob after you get a lobotomy.
Right, he joined the mob. That's what makes him so much cooler.
There's no
Sorry.
way. This you'll end up looking like Channing Tatum with a cigar after you get a lobotomy.
That's how. That's probably what the doctors told you. This would be the best. I'd want one if I saw this in the past. Oh, bro.
You ever heard of Channing Tatum?
Did you
You
know
want to
he
look like
had
him?
former lobotomies?
Did you know he had a lobotomy? What? Yeah, it's true. Look at his eyes.
Look at those eyes.
This motherfucker. He looks like another actor. Who's another actor looks like this? Is that? No, I guess it's just him
It does look like a totally different person, though, doesn't it?
from 21 Jump Street. Who did I even say?
Channing Tatum.
Channing Tatum from 21 Jump Street.
Yeah, why did he lose the glasses?
Look,
And shave his head.
because dude, that's what they do. That's what freaking lobotomies do. They make you cooler. You didn't realize that?
No way. I've heard the word lobotomy, but I didn't know it was like a cool guy operation.
Oh yeah, no, it's absolutely a cool guy operation.
I could use one of those.
That's hilarious, dude. What do you?
All right, I might spout out from my mouth my ADHD thoughts because I do forget them easily. It may be unrelated to whatever video we're watching, guys, but bear with me. We'll get back into.
All right, compare this man. Compare this man with this man.
That's the same man.
Is that the same man?
That's the same man. Is that the same cast? That guy on the left almost looks like Jonah Hill.
That is Jonah Hill. Oh, this guy.
Yeah, kinda.
That was silly.
That's trippy.
All right,
Steven,
let's
stop
jump back in.
Stop it! You're scaring me.
Sorry.
Ah.
All right, where am I?
All right, let's go.
Where am I here? I have so many tabs here. Methylene blue. You ever hear of methylene blue? All right, let's see. Where is it? It's probably somewhere else. It's probably somewhere else. Whatever.
Is it perhaps backspaced?
Nah.
Intonation of meaning.
Close to the bone.
Now, I thought about music.
You know when you listen to a profound piece of music,
Music is a very strange art form. I had a great journalist friend of mine. He said to me the other day, he said, all art aspires to the condition of music, which I thought was great. Music. You think about the revival.
He's so poetic.
Music.
He's so goddamn poetic, isn't he?
Music.
Having a culture, especially among young people. In the days of the degenerated postmodern and Marxist ethos, we got more nihilistic and less religious and all of that as our culture.
What an asshole, right?
More secular. And
What's that?
What an asshole, right? For talking like that.
It's just kind of pretentious, huh?
It's very pretentious. You know, he doesn't have to talk as if he's smarter. He doesn't
I hear
have
you
to
too,
talk
you
like
talk-
he's smarter than everyone.
Like, why do you have to talk so powerfully? You know, like, what are you?
Yeah.
Who are you talking to?
He wants to be a philosopher. That's like his
So
dream.
bad.
So bad.
He wants to be the guy sitting there like this with the stone, like on.
He wants to be in textbooks.
Earth on his shoulder or whatever. I don't even know. It's like, yeah, it's like, dude, who are you even? Like,
They're in
and
the very
I'm not
beginnings.
like discrediting his work as a psychologist. I've never experienced it, but I hear you. And you know what though? You know what though? I think at the same time, listening to this book, The End of All Evil, I must say that type of thought is limiting in the human spirit. He's just as capable of being successful with just for his perspective as say we are, and we just as he. But at the same time, he's a psychologist. You know, he's done some work in school.
Whoa.
You know, academies, academia
Old JP here.
makes him more superior than us. Yeah,
See that? Jordan Peterson.
yeah.
My initials are also JP.
There you go. See, there you go.
Yeah, that's all it takes. That's all it takes, guys.
Point
That's all it takes
in
for me to
case.
believe.
Point in case.
One coincidence. That's all it takes.
More materialistic. And at the same time, the power of music as a culture.
Oh, I love music.
People just try to enjoy themselves, man.
So music gives you the intonation.
Crazy. We are just
I
vibration.
used to watch punk rockers. I went to a Ramones concert once, which was really fun. We were up
And
in the
these
second
other
floor of the
vibrations
theater in
make us want to do
Montreal.
this
And,
and vibrate. It makes you want to dance.
It does.
Stage like 100 feet away with their huge not their studio stadium equipment. It was so loud in there, like I had to listen to the whole concert with my ears plugged, and I'm still like 3/4.
Hilarious. I recommend watching that
God.
video.
That's a good one. I love Jordan Peterson.
I want to jump into some news though,
Please.
because you know, getting hypnotized by that is fun. But let me bring up some of this here. So interesting, weird things in the world. Okay. Now they say
Yes.
it's official. Sun's magnetic field has flipped. We have entered the solar maximum.
And what's the month today? It's April.
This was in January 2017.
Oh, holy shit.
Not 2017, January 17th of this year.
Whoa, what does this mean? What does this mean for me?
Right, but what does it mean?
Can we get to the bottom of this?
Yeah.
People, what do you think it means? Are we more
What does it
capable
mean to
during the
be
solar
enter
maximum?
a solar maximum?
What effect does that have on my spirit and my soul?
Yeah, what is it? What's the significance of a solar maximum? And what ancient societies, what did ancient societies think about it?
Good question.
Does it hold any significance?
Is it
I
important?
mean, does it even do anything to like with
It's official. Solar maximum.
It's an 11-year solar cycle.
Okay.
Coronal mass ejections is at its highest. Sunspots, solar flares, things like that are at its highest. The activity, the solar activity itself. It affects space weather, which can disrupt satellites. Which I don't think there's that.
I don't
satellites up
own
in
any
space.
satellites, so
Yeah, I don't think satellites are even in space.
you heard it here, guys.
Your phone is not provided by satellites. I'm going to say it now. It's actually provided by underground cables. I'm just going to say.
Whoa.
It impacts Earth's upper atmosphere, slightly warming it, affecting radio communications.
Huh.
Interesting.
Okay.
Some theories suggest it may have subtle effects on climate and even human behavior. Though that's still debated. Human behavior, like what?
Human
That's
behavior
crazy.
like breeding.
Ancient significance. They observed solar phenomenon closely, especially the sun's rhythms. They may have attached deep spiritual cosmological meaning to its patterns.
You're not supposed to look at the
Sunspots
sun.
and solar eclipses were seen as omens. Solar maximum would likely have been interpreted as a period of great energy or upheaval. That is kind of what's going on right now.
Yeah.
It is interesting.
A lot of
Ancient
energy.
Chinese interpreted increased solar activity as portents of political or dynastic change, which is also happening, which is odd. Isn't that weird?
That is weird.
Norse and Indo-European myths, solar irregularities could have been tied to cosmic battles or apocalyptic imagery. Ragnarok.
Ragnarok.
A very active sun may be interpreted as a sign of divine conflict or transformation.
There it goes, baby. Divine
Look at us.
transformation.
It's interesting. And Ra, the sun god, was seen as the giver of life. Any fluctuations in the sun behavior might be held as ritual significance. Though we don't have any direct evidence they tracked the 11-year cycle.
Sounds
Well, if
to
they built the
me,
pyramids, they tracked the 11-year cycle.
it
Okay.
sounds to me like we need to start praising the sun god during the solar cycle, the solar maximum.
Every 11 years, we need to give the respect to the sun god.
Because
All right,
while there is one true god, all these smaller, lesser gods are actually part of the one whole.
And it said that it affects human behavior. I want to see what purports of human behavior that it's affecting. Not without some empirical breadcrumbs. So there's a little bit of things. They say higher rates of anxiety, depression, and even self-offing. Suicide between increased solar activity. Wow. The theory changes in Earth's magnetic field may subtly influence our own systems, like the pineal gland.
Here it is, baby. Let's stimulate
Interesting.
it. Check it out.
Increased aggression or violence. Interesting.
Whoa.
Sleep disruptions, creativity, and downloads. People report
Downloads.
spiritual awakenings and feel strange buzz during solar peaks. Huh.
Whoa!
How
I picked up on
weird
the
is
buzz.
that? Right?
I picked up on it.
Yeah. Spiritual
fingers
awakenings.
and
Come on, man.
Hey
Wow, wow,
everybody,
wow.
put a 1 in the chat if you respect the sun god Ra, and put a 2 in the chat if you think that is heresy, and I will be smitten for idolatry.
You will actually. That's you are a heathen. Have you seen Heredity? It's not Heredity. Have you seen
I heard Heredity is a good movie.
is that religious one?
Yeah, I think so. This has something to do. It's like the 2 girls go to the guy's house. And,
Yeah. That's it. That's the one. Yeah, that one. I saw it. It was good.
It's crazy. It's trippy. Like the whole NPC theory thing. The girl was the main character, or was a main character, so she could. I mean, spoiler alert, right? She couldn't die.
Yeah, I mean,
That was the theory. The main characters don't die. They're just brought back.
I don't know. I just saw a lot of stuff in there.
I haven't
Just like how much religion there was tied to it. Like, this guy just happened to know everything about every religion.
Right, and he knows everything about every religion, and he comes to the conclusion that doesn't he come to the conclusion that like you can't die or something?
Yeah, I mean, isn't that what they all say? Eternal life at the end of life.
Yeah. And doesn't he like do like
you do the right
experiments on
things.
people that he locks up?
You need to make the right
Based on that?
choices to get eternal life.
Trippy stuff.
Yeah, and there's rituals that you can do also for eternal life.
Willem Dafoe. Am I wrong?
Willem Dafoe?
He wasn't.
That wasn't Willem Dafoe.
Okay, maybe I'm wrong.
No, it was not Willem Dafoe.
Okay, maybe I'm wrong, guys. Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong movie.
Yeah, you're just thinking of the wrong actor. Okay, all right.
All right, people.
So just to brush up, I mean, we're in a solar maximum. That was this year, the beginning of the year. We're in the solar maximum. There's an increased solar activity. I've seen YouTube clips and thumbnails of videos. There's this channel called Dobsonian Power.
Whoa.
That talks about he looks at the sun and talks about the activity on it. Talks about when there's coronal spots, when there's sun flares, and like big energy coming, to the earth. And then it is interesting how you'll see something like that, and then it's like earthquake hits over here, and these guys say that this stuff can cause earthquakes.
Wow.
When they're talking about it in their videos, and it's the big geomagnetic storms that come
The last
rushing
earthquake,
to us from these big,
The last
because it affects the
earthquake I
vibration
felt,
of the, yeah.
We got like a alert on our phone before we felt it. Do you get that? Do you
I
get
got it
those?
after, because I was at school. We were only 20 miles away from the epicenter of that
Wow.
earthquake you're talking about. So
That's
it
crazy.
probably went off before it got to you, but we were right there. We were like 20 miles away from it, according to the phone.
Yeah, I was getting ready for work, and then I'm just like, and I hear an alarm, like dee 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 or something, and I was like, I never heard of that
Yeah.
before. And then the house starts going, chugga, 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 chugga. I'm like, whoa, it was crazy.
It was
but,
nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
solar
swear
maximum.
that I was seeing YouTube solar flare videos around that time.
Wow.
But just check it out for yourself. Dobsonian Power, if anybody wants to check it out on YouTube. Interesting. Kind of slow and dry at times, but worth the watches. And then it's especially worth it to watch the patterns to see if you see the correlation between what they're saying. It's interesting. So according to science, scientists
Scientists.
have done it again. Quantum teleportation has been achieved over the internet for the first time. Now,
Quantum
Neon Jason, what does
teleportation.
that mean to you?
Now, when I
when you
think
read that? What does that mean to
quantum
you?
teleportation, initially I think of the fact that two quantumly entangled particles on opposite sides of the universe, when one's affected, the other one's affected immediately, no matter how far away they are. Almost faster than the speed of light. I think it is faster than the speed of light. They're affected right at the same time, no matter how far apart they are.
So that's quantum entanglement.
That's quantum entanglement. But if you can find a way to harness the entanglement, you can theoretically quantumly teleport something by affecting this quantum whatever, and at the same time this will go off. Maybe a computer over here goes off. A computer in California goes off and is quantumly entangled or quantumly attached to a computer in China. And they're able to do something in the code of the computer in California that activates the computer in China immediately with no buffer time between it. Perhaps teleporting signal. I'm
teleporting
guessing.
information.
I'm guessing that's
Teleporting
what it's
information. Quantum Okay.
like no.
So you think
buffer.
it's immediate, direct communication
Yeah.
from one place to another.
Yeah, maybe it's limited right now, but you can use networks of them. Like right now, it might be like this light turns green in California, and this light will turn red in China. This is very basic. This is probably not at all what it is, but green light in California, red light in China at the same exact time. So simple.
I think it's a little more. I think it's a
Right,
little cooler
so
than that.
simple. But that's just like for dummies, you know. But if you can put a bunch of these quantumly entangled computer devices that do other things that aren't just turn the light green and red.
Let's see.
Yeah, information, messages. Long story
Because
short.
I like what you said. But that kind of sounds like the internet in general. But
But
a
there's
recent
buffer
because
time.
I think that quantum teleportation. I feel like the internet is quantum teleportation. I know that sounds dumb, but that's kind of what this is. It's like being somewhere and not somewhere at the same time, right? Isn't that superposition? Isn't that what being quantum is? Being quantifiable
I think it
within
seems
the
like
scope
you're
of
everywhere. But there is always a buffer time. Something has to receive you, load it to the internet, and output again. There is always a microsecond of buffer time.
right.
There's a little delay between you and the internet. Everywhere you go. You have to, even if you send a message on Facebook, it seems instant.
Do you
There is
think
a little-
that time, that amount of time? Let's read what this even is. Let's see if you're even right on your hypothesis.
All right, let's go.
So let's see. It says the breakthrough in quantum physics has made it possible to teleport a quantum state of light over the internet for the first time. What does that mean? A quantum state of light over the internet.
Invisible light.
Teleport a quantum state of light. This was achieved by researchers in the US who successfully transmitted this quantum information through more than 30 kilometers of fiber optic cable, while regular internet traffic was also flowing through the same lines. Okay, transmitted light through fiber optic while regular internet was going. Okay, so it's like going through this seamlessly. It sounds like it sounds like it's
by the bandwidth.
seamlessly traveling against information flow that it doesn't. But okay, quantum teleportation is a process where the properties of a quantum object, like a photon, which is a particle of light, are transferred from one location to another without moving the object itself. Where the properties of a quantum object are transferred from one location to another without actually moving it. Like Wonka vision? No, because that's actually moving it. Okay, imagine it like sending a message that recreates the original object at a different place while destroying the original in the process.
It sounds like Wonka.
Like
vision.
Wonka, that is like Wonka vision. This concept might sound like science fiction, similar to the teleportation scene in Star Trek, but it relies on complex principles of quantum mechanics. To achieve this, researchers had to carefully manage how light interacts with other signals. They developed other signals traveling through fiber optic cables. But anyway, they developed techniques to minimize interference from regular internet data, ensuring that delicate quantum state of the photon remained intact. That sounds like Wonka vision.
It does. It sounds just like Wonka vision, dude. Wonka was ahead of the curve. They already had this shit back then.
They were already working on it, dude.
Mm-hmm. Quantum teleportation. Quonka teleportation.
Whoa, you think they knew that when they called it that?
Wonka's quantum. Quantum Wonka.
Quantum Wonka. Whoa.
Wonka, quantum Wonka.
Quantum.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Wow.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Quantum vision.
That's interesting, though. Do you think they have quantum Okay, so let me see if there is any of quantum teleportation.
You guys tell me. You know, I'm gonna step into the neon cabin right here. I'm gonna take a little, and I'll be right back.
There are no verified examples of one atom. Oh, come on.
Steven, what is that?
It usually is able to correct me. I misspelled quantum. I typed it too fast. Then I typed one atom teleportation. They're like, no, but there is like this this old Indian. Okay, hold on. Quantum. Yes, quantum teleportation is real, observable, and has been demonstrated. Woohoo. Instead of like transmitting quantum information, specifically the state of a particle, not so much things, but I guess that's where it starts, right? Hey, but you're right. Look, look. Specifically the state of a particle to another particle across a distance using entanglement.
Yeah.
So you're not wrong when you say the whole idea of like the green light, red light, but way cooler. It's like, but it's like the state, and that it's I don't understand.
Say through fiber optic cable. My theory was that it can be on the opposite side of the Earth and do it through the air, like Wonka vision.
They only did it 18 miles away.
Yeah.
From one another, but I understand what you're saying, right?
I think the end product is Wonka vision. I think this is just the start.
Yes.
We've been talking a lot about Willy Wonka in the past few episodes. You know, we bring him up a lot. It's a great movie.
It was ahead of its time.
Wow, huge. There's a reason why it was like a cult classic. They made it that way. It has human truths hidden within it. The snozberries do taste like snozberries.
Look at this, dude. Back in 1997 was the first successful demonstration of real-world quantum teleportation. In 97.
Wow, see that?
And then...
You know, the snozberries tasting like snozberries is a nod to simulation and simulacra.
Wow.
The snozberries taste like snozberries.
It's still teleportation of information, even though it's not moving people, which is arguably more important for quantum communication, cryptography, and computing.
Someday.
Some theorists speculate they could even play into consciousness models or wormhole theories.
Whoa, consciousness models. Like Chappie.
Who's voting for that shit, dude? Knock it off. Knock it off.
Nerds.
Just knock it off.
Nerds have money, and nerds want to have like robot armies and shit. So they're voting and they're pushing lobbies to make this stuff okay. Nerds hold the power.
Our parents would always say, "Hey, be nice to those kids. You're gonna end up working for them." They would say that. They would straight up say that, and they were right. Wow. God damn it, they were right. And there's one, at least one more clip here that we gotta show the information to the world. We got more, but
Cheesehead.
Cheesehead has some legitimate news. He's more legitimate than most news outlets.
Check him out, people.
Let's check out what the guy has to say.
Stellar tunnel that connects us, our solar system, to other solar systems light years away. Now, this sounds straight out of a sci-fi movie, but let me try to explain what I know about this. So this channel, tube, or interstellar tunnel stretches from us to a place called the Centaurus constellation.
Wow.
And here's what that constellation looks like. I guess you could say it's kind of like a centaur. Now, what the tunnel looks like is kind of harder to explain. Now, I automatically thought of like a science fiction wormhole, and that's about what the scientists said it's like. About a 1.5 million kilometer tunnel that could connect the Earth to other planets. Now, I got something to say about this, and it's just my opinion. Now, with all the drone sightings over the East Coast that we've had, and the dozens, if not hundreds, of UFO sightings in the past year, this interstellar tunnel kind of fits into a pattern of stuff we're just now being told about. And I'm wondering why they're specifically mentioning the Centaurus star system as a connecting point from one of these tunnels. Now look, maybe I'm just suspicious, maybe I'm reading too much into stuff, I don't know. But when you hear all these stories come in about the same time, when a couple years ago people would have thought you were crazy for even mentioning it, to me, and maybe it's just me, but this doesn't feel like a coincidence. But I want to know what you think about this. Let me know in the comment section, Booshkies. Shabadoo!
So, I don't know. What do you guys think? Because sometimes people like to talk shit and like to call you crazy for what I think. It's like, whoa, all right. He dropped the voice for a second.
Just take the cheese off your head. Maybe people take it a little more serious.
No, that's crazy. That's cool. I mean, I always think that kind of shit's possible. Wormholes.
Interstellar tunnel found that connects our solar system to other star systems? That sounds insane.
Okay, possible, yes. Do I believe it? I don't know. I don't think so. I think maybe he's reading too much news from, like, The Onion or something.
It was Earth.com, Jason.
Earth.com. What?
Earth.com. Interstellar tunnel found that connects our solar system. Was there an interstellar tunnel? Tunnel that connects our solar
Do you guys
system
believe
to
Cheesehead?
others?
Put a 1 in the chat if you believe Cheesehead.
Yeah, please. You gotta search. Yeah. Often referred to as an interstellar tunnel, a channel of hot, low-density plasma extending from our solar system towards the constellation Centaurus.
Okay, so when they say tunnel, I always put that in quotations. It's just something that looks like a tunnel or a tube. It's not
Think
something
of it
that you
this
can
way.
travel through.
No, we can't, but who's to say others can't? Other technologies can't. And it's like, we may, with certain technology, be able to, at some point, travel through.
What makes it I think they're using tunnel to
No, think of it this way. Think, Finding Nemo. Finding Nemo.
Okay.
Finding Nemo. The East Australian Current
Okay.
runs through the ocean.
Yeah.
Space is the ocean. This thing is just a tunnel that's like, you can probably, it's like a band, essentially a band of plasma that's almost seems to be connecting to Centaurus, other stars in Centaurus. All it takes is light to be able to travel through that plasma. And then now you're now you're in this solar system. Just by traveling through that particular, you don't have to it's like a direct path to this.
I don't think so. I don't think it's like
it's like an East Australian current from there to here.
I think it looks like that. I don't think it like makes it anything move any quicker through it. I don't think it's like warping anything through it. I think it just looks like a tunnel. Because I keep putting. Because I think they're calling it a tunnel to make us think that it's like warping things into it so that it seems more clickbaity and that we want to read it and that we want to. I don't know, because it seems like it's like a stream of plasma going into the direction of that, but there's nothing saying that it's like a warp zone or like it has any flow or any pull. It's just like a leak of plasma that's going off in that direction that they call a tunnel.
It
but
shows
actually
some kind of connection to, like,
that
okay,
would be
so let me read
interesting
here.
if that's what it sounds like right now. Is there anything like that does say?
So it's not a tunnel in the traditional sense, like you're saying. It's not like you can travel through it, but the discovery does, as it says here, enhance understanding of the interstellar medium's architecture. So it kind of opens up the I guess landscape of the connectability of all things, like how things, you know, it reveals how supernova shape the galaxy's structure, creating interconnected cavities and channels that influence star formation and the distribution of matter. Not so much a path of travel, but how they can represent the direction of, say, space matter, how it got there. Well, go back over here and see the direction of the supernova, and oh, that's probably responsible now for this. Oh, that's right. We can see a hypertunnel connecting the two. Wow, they're probably related somehow.
They all want to.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, the information to connect the dots and find their truth, the scientist's truth. What is the universe?
So it, in a way, shows the connection between stars and those of another. Just to see if I'm talking out of my ass. To say, because I basically said that it shows the connection between things. That, oh, look, now we see a hypertunnel. Now we know what we're looking for. We can see the connection between this star system and this star system, and these two are actually related star systems. So I asked it, in ways, does it show the connection between stars in one system and those of another? And it said yes. The observations suggest that our solar system is connected to other regions of the galaxy through the interstellar tunnels.
Okay.
So I'm not wrong or crazy to say it does show the relationship between things, and that's what was so exciting about it. They're not tunnels in the conventional sense, but channels of hot, low-density plasma that link.
Cool. That's cool though too.
The neighboring superbubbles. Yeah. So that is actually really cool. That's cool. Really cool, actually. Because something that can be so far away that you would think has no relation to one star system is like, holy shit, look, this is actually hyperlooping, or excuse me, interstellar tunnel. I can see like, whoa, these two star systems actually came from the same point at one time.
Our sun,
like, they separated,
linked
to Centaurus,
to the Red Star Regulus.
Whatever Centaurus is the Red Star Regulus in Centaurus? Let's see.
I know. Where's it at now? Interesting, people. If our planet's sun energy is linked to the Red Star of Regulus, then I'm gonna flip my shit.
No, the star Regulus is not in the constellation of Centaurus. It's the brightest star in the constellation of Leo.
Okay.
We knew that. We talked about that.
Constellation of Leo. All right, so it's always there.
Uh-huh.
What does Leo look like? Can I look up? Can you show me a photo of the constellation of Leo? Because I'm looking at the sky a lot. I want to know if I am able to ever see the red star.
Looks like a hanger.
Okay. Dang, that's it kind of sucks because that little hook part kind of resembles the Dipper. So I don't know how I'm going to be able to differentiate the Dipper from.
Well, the Dipper
Leo.
would be like from here and then like right here. There'd be a star. Boop. But it wouldn't be this long out. You wouldn't see.
You see the hook on the right, that like the bottom right star, and the top right star.
Yeah.
That little hook shape.
Yeah, I understand.
Outline that. That looks just like a Dipper.
Yeah, it does.
You take away all the other lines.
The big and see, and that's the thing. There's two Dippers, a big and little Dipper.
Yeah, there's a lot of Dippers in the sky, guys. Is the Little Dipper part of Leo?
Oh, no, see, nah, the Big Dipper's huge though.
It is.
And it's
I see
different.
that a lot in the sky. I'm always seeing that.
This I see. I see the Dipper for sure. Is Leo in the Dipper? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
Big Dipper is above.
Oh wow. Okay, so it's like in that direction.
Generally, it's like around
It's in
it.
that
but-
direction of the slant, off the handle.
So you got the Big Dipper, the Little Dipper, and then I guess that didn't show me what I needed to know, but yeah.
Okay. That's cool though.
It kind of looks like the Sphinx, huh?
Interesting. Leo. You know this. You know what they thought the Sphinx's original body was, right?
Yeah, a lion,
Lion.
no? Or
Leo.
so check this out though, because doesn't this kind of look like the Sphinx, like a head
does.
of a
Looks
Sphinx?
a lot like the Sphinx.
And then it's got a tail. It comes down this way with its big tail.
That's crazy. The
And
Red Star
Regulus is at his
Regulus
chest.
is within the between its feet. There's a story of a person who had an out of body experience, and they saw a red gem within the between the paws of a sphinx,
Oh wow!
and that was on like
Where? When was this?
I can't remember. I just had to spit that out before I forgot it. But Bledsoe brought it up. He said that one of his friends, it was the dad. He said that it was some kind of vision or something, some kind of experience he had where he saw like a ruby gem in the paws of the sphinx, and then his Bledsoe was like, "Oh, that represents the Star Regulus." You know what? Maybe.
That sounds nuts.
The Red Star of Regulus is the gem between the paw of the. Stay tuned, guys. 2026 Easter. We're calling it.
One more year, baby. We'll see how this goes.
The
The
return
most
of
exciting times of Neon Popsicle.
Christ consciousness.
What's more exciting than that?
Well, nothing, brother. Nothing. That is what humanity is here to experience. The end. The next step. We always think, we and you have been, we thought at the beginning of the podcast, like, I don't know if you did. Maybe I'm speaking for you, but like, oh, why would our spirit pick this time to be alive? Have all the cool times to be alive? Well, it's because it seemed boring at the time, but as technology and the human experience is exponentially speeding up past us, it's like we chose this, I think, because it is the start of the next beginning. It is a very important time, just not yet. It's very
you're
important
right.
lifetime, but not yet.
You are right. I'm gonna send another link here.
Neon Popsicle's here to guide you on that way. Turn on the neon light, unite under the neon light, and we'll be all okay. We'll all be all right, guys. Thank you for tuning in to Neon J and Neon Popsicle.
Yeah, connect with yourself. Pay attention to your dreams. See what they mean to you. They're not irrelevant. Dreams are not irrelevant.
Thank you.
They are not irrelevant.
Thank you.
They're so relevant, in fact, that they've been doing new research exposing some quite interesting, I guess, new developments in the dream world,
I was
so to
just gonna
speak.
say, in the dream world?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Checketh this out.
I'm watching.
Apparently, some researchers confirmed dream-to-dream communication. So this is the REM space dream experiment, and it was conducted by researchers from Harvard, MIT, and the University of Montreal. Basically, researchers wanted to see if they could transmit a signal to someone who was in REM sleep, and if that signal would be successfully translated to someone else who was in REM sleep. So here's how it worked. Both participants were hooked up to advanced EEG technology to monitor the brain's activity. When the technology showed that one of the participants hit the REM cycle, an audible cue would be given to them through their headphones. The language the cue was in is a language called Remio, which REM Labs developed. Both participants were trained in lucid dreaming, meaning they were aware within that dream state. So participant 1 would hear this stimulus, they then would repeat it in their dream state. What they were communicating within the dream state was recorded, and when the other person hit the REM cycle, the recorded stimulus would be played for them, kind of like an advanced game of telephone. When they woke up, they confirmed what participant 1 was saying.
How crazy.
That's pretty wild. And they were able to do this multiple times. So one of their head researchers submitted this to get some peer-reviewed testing done. He believes that REM sleep-related phenomena like lucid dreams will become the next big industry after AI. He believes you could use this to learn things, overcome traumas, face fears. But here's why this is a little bit freaky. Do you know how much money big corporations are spending on trying to learn how to inject ads into your sleep? In fact, many people have been warning about dream hacking. In a recent survey, 77% of marketers plan to use dream tech advertising in the next 3 years. It's something that many of the smartest minds in the world, this is published on MIT, they've been warning about this, but people aren't paying attention because it sounds too sci-fi.
Have you seen
It's
it?
an incredible book called The Battle for Your Brain by
He's what?
He's in like everyone's dream. I think it's called like Dream Roll or something.
I've heard of it. I've heard of it. I haven't seen it yet. I want to watch it. Have you seen it?
I haven't
Don't
seen
spoil
it, but I
anything.
heard that kind of goes like it has some kind of one of the conflicts in it. I think is that like.
Do you remember a few
Advertisements
years
for
ago? There was this there was a show that showed that. I don't know if it was like it wasn't Black Mirror because it was like different advertisements. But before I forget, do you remember a few years ago? Maybe like 5 years ago. There was people were saying that it was said that people were seeing the same person in their dreams.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Do you remember that? You remember what the guy looked like?
Yeah, he looks like a fool.
Yeah,
Has,
like
a unibrow, weird big old smile.
yeah. This thing. A mysterious dream man. Now, I don't know if it's one of those like what do you call those? Spooky spaghetti stories or whatever the fuck they're called.
Creepypasta.
Creepypasta.
Spooky spaghetti
stories. That like maybe people just keep talking about.
We should
because it was
coin that term. Spooky spaghetti. That would be like Neon Popsicle's version of creepypasta. Spooky spaghetti. Oh my god. It's like both fucking... What do you call those? Thesaurus words. They're both fucking... They mean the same shit. Spooky spaghetti, creepypasta.
Do you think this was inspired by
Nasty noodles. Yeah. Perhaps. Yeah, I can see that.
Okay.
I wouldn't be surprised if they throw that man's image in the movie as a cameo.
I wouldn't be surprised either. Some kind of Easter egg.
Some nod. Kind of looks like Nicolas Cage.
Oh, stop it. Looks more like the guy. I don't know what it looks like. I hope I don't dream this fucker tonight.
We have to find a Declaration of Independence. Have
All
you ever...
the patients refer to him as this man.
I love that movie, National Treasure. It's a good movie. Have you seen those movies?
No.
You haven't seen Nicolas Cage's National Treasure?
Nothing but just a hoax. According to website creator, all those posts on Facebook and dreams added to website are being sent to them via email by various people all around the world explaining their dreams. This is one-way communication, and there's no fact check done before posting them. Doesn't mean it's not real, though.
It doesn't.
Vice is a UK-based magazine.
It's not proven.
Has 2 articles regarding the topic. One, conversation, and another article claiming they were being fooled. Both with articles were posted on the 15th of January in 2015.
You have
so
to
it was
watch
about 10
that
years
movie.
ago, not 5 years ago. After 10 hours of posting the article, they further studied and found out they were fooled. You will find the first result from Wikipedia on the page. If you jump directly to debunk, it clearly mentions that it is nothing but marketing by Nutella. There's no clue or evidence. There it goes.
You've never
There it
seen
goes.
National Treasure?
I haven't.
Steven, stop. It's a really good movie. I'm not even joking.
Haven't.
Like, it's kind of like, if you like Assassin's Creed, you like National Treasure.
I bet, dude, I bet there's so much in there.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I don't know how much you know about it. Not very much.
Nothing.
Just that
No, just the trailers. I've seen trailers as a kid.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty dope.
I just know that there's a treasure map on the back of the Declaration of Independence.
Yeah, he's like a Sherlock Holmes, and you have to follow the treasure map. And the treasure map leads him somewhere here, and then it brings him to like the Liberty Bell, and then he gets a message from there telling him to go to this spot, and then this is the real one. The real one is over here, and then they go get that, and at the end of the movie, they're like in some like Assassin's Creed type underground dungeon looking for treasure. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy.
Not to sound like a nut, but kind of want to watch that on Mushies. It sounds fun.
It does sound like a really good time, dude. I want to do that. Maybe we'll have a watch along, guys. We'll take some Mushies.
Oh,
and watch,
bro.
National Treasure on.
We could have a neon watch along.
Hell yeah! I don't know. I mean, we'll figure out how to do it, guys. If not on YouTube, jump into Discord. We'll go live. We'll watch National Treasure with everyone.
Yeah, we have watch alongs in Discord.
Woo! So. It's a really good one. Mushies and movies. Sounds like a good time.
Mm-hmm. And it's a watch along, so you guys watch with us, and we're just hanging out.
Right.
We're not gonna pause. Would we pause the movie though? I guess people are in the chat with us.
Yeah.
We're live before all hanging out with the community.
I know Discord has some kind of like terms of service thing, but I think we can get by. We're a pretty small channel. Like I think in order to get by, you had to like stream it with people who also own the platform that you're streaming on. Like if that movie say is on Netflix, then the people watching it with you must also own Netflix.
How the hell?
Yeah.
How they improve that?
But right, we might be able to get by. That's why maybe I'm thinking too much.
I think we'll figure it out. I'm pretty sure we'll figure it out.
Too much into it. All right. I think it's for bigger
anyway.
channels and shit anyway.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. This is the process. You guys are here for the process. We episode 1, the test, everything's here, guys. This is it. This is it.
You guys saw it? Maybe I gotta come up with a new show format. Maybe we can play a game show or something. Neon game show. I'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
It's just the beginning, people. I'm pretty high, you know. I took a couple balls during the show, so I don't know what's going on.
Did I show? Oh yeah, no, wait, hold on. Did I? Oh yeah, I did. The dreams. So yeah, Final Fantasy VII type shit, bro. You remember Final Fantasy VII? Not Final Fantasy VII, rather. Final Fantasy the movie?
No, I don't think I've seen the movie.
Bro, yeah, let me show you this one.
I'm lacking in that culture. I am an old.
It was called Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within.
Uncultured swine.
Yeah. Really good, dude. Really good movie. It had to do with it infatuated me as a young kid. Infatuated. You want to watch a trailer?
Ooh.
But this is the movie poster.
Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within.
Yeah,
Whoa.
dude. And it was
There's
so cool, bro.
Jeans.
So cool. Do you want to watch a trailer or no? It's cool. I understand.
Let's watch it, please.
Okay.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. Anybody watching the show? After, before, or beyond? Thank you. Don't forget to hit like on the stream. Let YouTube know what you really feel about us.
10 years ago. I feel like it was more than that.
The dream is always the same.
You okay?
You okay?
We found it. We're closing in on the life form.
Let's move out, people.
This movie's so badass, dude. It had
Really?
such good. It was, yeah, dude, ahead of its time.
I never even heard of this one.
Oh,
They came
it was in the theaters, dude.
Wow. That's
to
cool.
unlock a mystery. I don't see how any living thing could survive.
They don't
out
give it
here.
enough love. I've never
They
heard
came
about this.
To uncover an ancient truth.
Because it's too true, bro.
Oh, an ancient truth.
It has too much. It has too much advanced. Like they had this whole dream technology kind of in there,
Wow.
Thing could
so it made me think of it.
They came to uncover an ancient truth.
This is it. Dr. Ross has opened the door for us.
I say we go in.
What they did
What the hell is that?
The fuck?
was unleash a force unlike the universe has ever known.
What the hell is going on?
Something's not right. It shouldn't be happening. We're surrounded.
They're right behind us.
Come on.
We've lost contact.
They
much
eat your
action.
souls.
Whoa.
They eat your spirit, dude. Like if they touch you, those orange is like they're like
Yeah.
soul eaters almost, and they go through you and they do just that. They eat your souls. You can't destroy them.
No.
God.
Let's get the hell out of here.
Nothing you've seen, nothing you've experienced can prepare you
Look out!
for where the next evolution in reality will take you.
All right, everybody, here they come.
Fire in the hole!
So sick.
It is not a fairy.
So this part here, so like Kingdom Hearts, dude. This part, her falling like that.
No, it may be a very cool movie, but Final Fantasy. What about this is
Yeah,
Final
dude.
Fantasy?
Dude, every game's its own universe.
I didn't hear in not one of them say Firaga. They all have similar tropes. This has like nothing Final Fantasy.
It is not a fairy tale.
Jason,
It's almost like the
that's the
Dragon
thing.
Ball
The
Z
thing,
movie
okay.
that
What
used
I
the Dragon
learned,
Ball
what
Z
I
name.
what I learned about Final Fantasies, all of them, every single one of them, is whether it's this movie or whatever, you don't ask questions. It's a story, it's a world, it's a universe. You can't try to rationalize it and try to make it. What is this? That's not real. God, there wouldn't be a half
Okay.
tiger person. Like you can't do that with any Final Fantasy game, or it's all null and
With-
void
No, I
and not
understand.
fun.
Within Infinity,
But,
everything
like,
exists.
And this is like they create the world when you watch it, of course. You know, it's a futuristic world and it's like on Earth, you know, pre-magic almost.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, you kind of they don't really have, but the magic they talk about like the life force of the Earth, and they talk about kind of like the life stream in a sense, Gaia, mana.
Ah.
They talk about the Earth energy, and that's very Final Fantasy.
Okay.
So that like when she was looking over the mountain there, and that blue was like she's looking at that ancient knowledge,
Ah.
ancient secret. That is like Gaia. That's the
Right.
Earth energy, the river, the spirit river or whatever.
There it is.
And like they need that. But it's fucking good. It's pretty good. And the basically not a really spoiler because it's right in the beginning of the movie. She has this machine that records her dreams. And the ones that are significant to her, she'll wake up, she'll hit record, and then she'll be able to watch them back. And she'll watch her dreams and be like, damn, what the fuck does this mean? But that's what and then at that point on, when I was a teenager, I'm like, bro, that's what I wish, dude. Dreams
My
are so cool. I wish I could do that. I wish I could record them and watch them and
Yeah.
re-experience them. That's what. Ever since then, I was interested in lucid dreaming. I started hearing about it. I didn't actively start practicing till I was like 19.
That's that shit. That's that
No,
shit you've
not
been
19.
on.
Older than that, but yeah, but I've been on that, bro.
Right. This dream
But
shit is
I love
not
it.
new.
Nah.
Steven's
Ever since, dude, straight up dreams. My infatuation with dreams started with Joseph and the King of Dreams.
Oh man,
The same
great
people who did Prince of
film.
Egypt.
Great movie.
Yeah, that was it. Because I had
Wow, a
insane
message.
dreams when I was a kid. Very vivid dreams. They meant a lot to me.
His dream was a
And then
message
seeing
from
this,
God. So that's
yes, and
wild. Yeah. Being a
seeing
kid.
that,
Yeah.
relating, like, dude, yes, I've had vivid dreams. I don't know what they mean, but I know dreams don't mean nothing. And then this man here has prophetic dreams. Not saying any of mine have ever been prophetic, but
Who
they're very
knows?
symbolic. They're very
Yeah.
symbolic, and they're very fun. They can be very fun. I've had apocalypse dreams.
So I always get Joseph, the King of Dreams, mixed up with Prince of Egypt.
Oh, wow,
Would
okay.
you mind doing me a favor and explaining to me how does Joseph and the Prince of, or the, what is it, Prince of Dreams? Is it
Joseph and the King of Dreams.
The King of Dreams? How does that one end? I think I only know the ending of the Prince of Egypt. I don't
remember how it ends.
Right?
I watched it so long ago. I just know. I just know. I liked it.
I only remember the Prince
I don't
of Egypt.
remember how it ends.
I feel like I'd remember both of them though.
But the difference is one of them, the guy was having dreams, and he was sold as a slave
And then he becomes the
by
Prince of
his
Egypt.
brothers because no, because the other one was found.
Oh, I'm like mixing those stories. I thought the rainbow robe guy was thrown in the hole and sold to Egypt and became the king of Egypt.
He was though. He also became type shit.
Were those two different movies about the same person?
It's the same. No. It's the same around like.
But there's just
time,
two
though.
different Bible stories about robed brothers being thrown in holes.
Joseph and the King of Dreams serves as a prequel to the Prince of Egypt.
Whoa.
Yeah.
It was a whole ass prequel movie before the.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's pretty cool. I gotta watch those again on shrooms. I got to watch those again on shrooms.
That would be nuts.
That'd be cool.
Considered to be a miracle child. He was born. Okay, so the difference is he wasn't sold as a baby king of Egypt. He was found as a baby going down the river.
Okay.
Whereas Joseph was sold into slavery by his brothers who were jealous because he was more of the scholar. Because he was a miracle child. He wasn't supposed to be born. And his
Okay.
mom was too old to have kids, but then she had a baby given to her by God.
Yes.
And they all got jealous of Joseph because he
Yeah.
was treated, he didn't have to work as hard as them. They never let him go out and work with his hands. He was always home. He seemed soft to them.
Okay.
And they were jealous. And so his mom made him this beautiful coat, and they all made fun of him for it.
Hallelujah.
But the coat, he ended up dreaming about his brothers bowing down to his feet on top of a bunch of hay.
Whoa, and he told them about
on
that.
top of a bunch of on top of a bunch of wheat.
Wow.
And he told them, and they're like, "What the fuck? You're better than us? You think you're better than us?" Da, da, da. They rip up his coat. Long story short, they end up selling him into slavery. He's the slave. He ends up becoming king, I think, something like that. But then he ends up, his brothers literally are bowing to him for food because it's during a time of
So
not plague, but famine.
where's this baby come from? Wasn't there
I
a
mean,
baby in a river?
That's in the King of Egypt.
Who was that baby?
Or Prince of Egypt, excuse me. That was Moses.
Are those different kings?
Moses and Joseph
Yeah,
are different
those are
people.
Because I know he was sold to slavery. This is the story of the Prince of Egypt we're talking about.
Prince of Egypt was not sold into slavery. Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
And then he basically worked his way in with the pharaohs and became the Prince of Egypt.
He went back. I think he got back home somehow. Worked himself in. I'd have to watch
I'm
those
having a
again.
hard
Those
time
are good
splitting
movies.
those two movies up.
Me
I
too.
really
Me too.
am.
But I remember the differentiating with just the dreams.
Wow.
You know, one had dreams, one didn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah.
But they both became king of Egypt. Or am I wrong?
I swear.
I swear.
He was in charge because he too was in charge of like supplies and shit.
Okay. We definitely gotta watch along. Put that on the watch along list, people.
Yeah.
Prince of Egypt and King of Dreams. How
Yeah.
wild. I want to be a King of Dreams. That's not to say that I want all my brothers to bow to me while I stand on a stack of hay.
Judah.
But
oh, not Judas. Judah. We need to watch that movie though again. Yeah. Anyway, good stuff.
Really good, guys.
Love dreams. Pay attention to your dreams. Wish I could record my dreams. Write down your dreams if you remember them. It's just as good as recording your dreams, I promise you. And then start recording and remembering your dreams. You will have lucid dreams.
Wow, thank you.
And reality check. You will have lucid dreams. It will work. I guarantee you. Might take a little bit. It will work.
That is the Neon Rundown of Dreams. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
But yeah, thanks for tuning in, you guys. Anyone who's still here.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. Appreciate you guys hanging out in the chat with us.
It is
Good to have you. Good to have you.
a beautiful night. Got work tomorrow. You know, we're thankful for that. We're thankful we have work. Because I remember a long time ago, before I had work.
Good problem to have.
Life's
you know?
tough. Life's tough before work. You know,
Good problem to have.
it's a good problem. It's a really good problem. And I've come to really appreciate it. All right, guys, toward the light. Look toward the things in your life that you don't like. There's bound to be some light you can make out of it. Focus on the good,
Yeah.
and it'll grow on you. I swear.
Keep shining under the neon light, boys and girls.
Do we
It's
need girls
warm under
listen
here.
to us?
How many total?
Do we need girls listen to us? Or is it a sausage fest here under the neon light?
It's 80% women, 20% dudes. So anytime we have a meetup, you'll know what to expect at our meetups.
I don't know if my girlfriend's gonna let me go to those meetups.
Oh, wait, never
80% women?
Sorry. Yeah, right.
Steven. Imagine.
We're definitely a dudes podcast, dude. We're a dudes podcast. Chicks like to listen to other chicks like Maria Menounos.
We do talk about the rise of the feminine energy, though. So maybe that's something that the females can pick up on, and maybe we can get that 80% view rate. 80-20, guys. That's what we're looking for. That's what makes a good party. That's what Dan Bilzerian says. 80-20 female to male ratio.
He is the GOAT, after all.
He is.
Well, thank you guys. Share this with your friends. Share this with your share it with everybody. Like the episode, subscribe. And yeah, we hope to see you guys back next time on another magnificent episode of
Neon Popsicle.